The Cowboys beat the New York Giants in an absolute shootout on Sunday, 40-37, and we have plenty of time to talk about the defensive performance. We're going to get to see it here really shortly against Ben Johnson and the Bears. But I have to say, as down and out as I am about the defense, I don't think the Cowboys win that game in 2024. I actually think they get blown out by that Giants team. And obviously, the biggest reason for that is your ability to score 40 points and keep pace because of your weapons on the outside. With CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, those two guys are going to keep you in every single game this year. I went back and watched the All-22 from the Giants game, and some of the catches that Pickens had late in that one just made the difference. No offense to Brandon Cooks or anything like that, but last year he's not a good enough wide receiver to make these plays and make that much of a difference in a game. So I wanted to break down why Pickens gives this team every chance to win in every single game. Let's get into the film. So on this play, Pickens is going to be at the bottom of your screen matched up with this corner. And if you look up at the top, they're playing with that one high look. There's just one safety up there, and they're actually going to rotate here in a minute before the snap. But as they do, they still rotate with just that single high safety up here. So Dak knows that he's got a one-on-one opportunity at the bottom of the screen right here with George Pickens, and that's where he's going to go with this ball. Pickens does a good job off the line. He gets a little bit of separation, and if you see how far this safety is right here, he should never have a chance to make a play on this ball. Dak doesn't put it on a line like he really needs to, and it allows the safety time to get over there because there's an open window. That is NFL open, and Dak just has to make this throw. As good as he was in this game, he didn't make this throw. You'd like to see him try to drive that ball in over here towards the back corner of the end zone, put it on top of this DB's head because Pickens can go up and make a catch. But because of the air, it allows the safety does get there, and it's just underthrown, right? You want to see it thrown more on a line. I would say just put it on the DB's head, even if it is underthrown. Pickens with the good release. That ball is out. He's even got a chance to really run away from him right here, but because he has to slow down and try to make a play, the DB has time to recover, and that ball is batted down. Once again, you can see it right here. Pickens tries to slow down and show those late hands like he's looking, but he's not putting his hands up, and really the DB just kind of gets lucky. It sticks his arm out there. The ball hits it, and Pickens doesn't have a chance on this ball. And honestly, because it was thrown with such an arc, this safety, if that ball's batted up into the air, really has a chance to intercept that pass. And it was so close to it being an interception. Once again, Pickens is going to line up at the bottom of the screen. Instead of running the vertical this time, he's just going to run a simple slant on this corner, but he has to get through the contact because this corner's up in his face for the most part. He does a good job fighting through contact. Dak throws him a good ball, and it's an easy first down. That's the stuff that you want to see with Pickens because it really could be just an easy first down. That's an easy 10 to 12 yard catch because of his ability to fight through contact and make really strong catches and get you an easy 10 to 15 yards. This time, he's lined up at the top of the screen, and he's going to run a little double move, just for the brand, right? But he's going to run a little sluggo where it's in, and then he's going to try to break up and go to the back corner of the end zone. And honestly, the corner just plays it about as well as you could possibly want him to. Does a good job not giving up that leverage. And by the time Pickens breaks, he's just got such a good beat on this ball that it falls incomplete. Even if it was thrown right in the breadbasket, it's probably an interception because the corner was playing it like the wide receiver. I guess the only chance he would really have is if that ball was just on this back shoulder right here, or if there was a chance that he could lay out and make that catch. Good play by the DB. You shake hands and you move on to the next play. This next one feels kind of like all Cowboys fans do at this point. Dak really wants to get Pickens involved. Pickens is going to run a corner post. Lamb's just going to come right out here with an out route, hopefully create some space. You have the leverage on this corner right here, and then a touchdown in the back corner of the end zone. But I think this is them just Dak wanting to get Pickens involved so bad because you know what he can do, but he just kind of makes a bad decision right here because this corner is going to peel off. And funny enough, we actually saw this exact interception happen last year against the Lions with Brian Branch. Same exact play, but in the other corner of the end zone where the cover man is going to peel off and then undercut that ball and get the interception. Luckily, this one wasn't picked off, and maybe Dak wanting to force it a little bit just to get the ball to Pickens, but I think that's how Cowboys fans just kind of feel right now. Like, get him the ball. And we're going to see a little bit later on in the video, later on in the game, that they do a good job of getting him the ball. On this play, it's about taking what is there. Another slant route by Pickens. Dak's looking that way the entire time. That's something that Pickens does really, really well, is fighting through contact and catching these type of passes. He slow plays it off the line. He's got the corner in a good spot. His hips are turned the wrong way. He's not ready to run with him. Pickens sticks his foot in the ground. Boom, fight through contact, and then make a really strong catch for another first down. Easier said than done, but because of Pickens' ability to do all of those things well, it makes it look like a really easy first down. So kudos to him and kudos to Dak. This is where we're going to start seeing his involvement in the game. Dak's going to see it again. Once this linebacker sinks down, there's so much space here. I will take this play 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 times with Pickens. Look at all this space in the middle of the field. He's really just got to beat his one guy on this slant route. And of course he does. Good tempo off the line. Another, 15, 17 yards, and another Cowboys first down. So looking left, Dak puts it on the money, break a tackle, get upfield. I mean, that just feels too easy, especially when you got a guy like Pickens that can win in these one-on-one situations. Now this is where you got to make your money. This is why Pickens is here. He's going to run a out route to the pylon. Dak's got to put it on him. And early on in the season, you worry about these plays because of the timing. This could be one of those things where it goes 6 the other way because by the time that Dak lets go of the ball, Pickens might be out of his break or he's expecting him to be here and he's not there. Like, this is really a scary, scary throw for a guy that's played kind of 2 full games. But for them to execute it as well as they do, as soon as Pickens is on the last step of his break going towards the pylon, Dak's already letting go of this ball. It's right where it needs to be, where only Pickens can get it. He does a good job of shielding the corner off of his body, and boom, making the catch. Touchdown with 50-something seconds left. You know what? We could have been talking about this as the game winner because it really should have been the game winner. But for Dak to have this much trust in Pickens, to get to the top of his drop, he knows he's throwing this ball already, puts it where only he can get it. The corner hasn't even reacted by the time the ball gets there, and it's a touchdown. Cowboys take the lead. But we're not done. If you score a touchdown with 50-something seconds left, and then your defense somehow manages to give up a touchdown, and then you drive down the field in 13, this is absolute chaos. And I love the play call by Brian Schottenheimer and Clayton Adams late in the game. You need to pick up chunk plays. This is in overtime. And what they're going to do is they're going to run CD across right here, a deep crosser, and then Pickens on another deep crosser underneath CD. It puts this safety at odds. Which guy is he going to take? Whichever one he decides on, the other guy needs to win his foot race. Dak making adjustments at the line, which he's one of the best in the league at. Pickens does a good job of attacking this DB straight on, not keying where he's going to go, and then breaking. And even by that point, that is NFL open. You see the safety going with CeeDee Lamb, and Dak with pressure in his face makes a tremendous, tremendous throw. And I just love to watch Pickens hand catch the ball. It's like he can pluck it out of the air. And we're going to watch it from this angle as well. But Dak's ability to stand in the pocket, he knows he's going to have a guy open with what coverage they're running right here. But they send the linebacker, and just with pressure in his face, flings this ball, 30 yards, 35 yards, right on the money. Pickens with a big, big play. This ultimately sets up the Cowboys' game-winning field goal by Brandon Aubrey. What a game for Pickens. I cannot express to you guys how excited I am to watch 15 more games of this offense. Maybe not the defense. We can complain about that all we want, but to watch this offense operate with these two guys as Dak and Pickens get more on the same page. Lamb is obviously involved. He had his second 100-yard game. The run game seems like it's getting going. Like, this is going to be so much fun to talk about. Now, what can we do defensively to help facilitate that? Because I think you can win a lot of games if your defense, I know it's asking a lot, if your defense can play better. So that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We are almost to 45,000 subscribers. So if you're not, please hit that button down below. I love you all, and I'll see you next time.